Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. If you find anything in today's show informative, please hit that lovely like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and to get the video out to as many people as possible. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and bell notification. If you haven't signed up for ice cream man, I gotta go there. Just kidding. If you haven't signed up for a free trading platform, please use the link below. You'll get a free share when you invest from £1 upwards, and the share could be worth up to £200. If you haven't signed up for Cashback site, there's links for them. There's also a link for Coinbase for your cryptocurrency, where you'll get £8 if you invest £81 or more. Now, on with the show. We're discussing the things that could drop Tesla stock to $300, $400 a share. For all of us that wish we had bought back here. Now, there is still the chance that we can, because we saw what happened with the share price recently. With a stock like this that fluctuates so quickly, where a stock goes up so much so quickly, same happens with it going down. I have done a video on Tesla's valuation, why some people think this valuation is undervalued and it should be $1,500 to $3,000 a share, and also why people think it's incredibly overvalued, with a forward PE of over 200. A lot of people think that. Now, anyway, let's get on with the reasons why. And the first one's got to be Elon Musk's tweets. Each time he sends out a controversial tweet, he sends the share price down. Now, we get it. He's an eccentric billionaire. He wants to change the world, and they're some of the best ones. As a matter of fact, he's one of the best ones. When Australia didn't have electricity, and in an interview they said that to him, he didn't jack up the price like some people. He didn't say, well, what is your government doing? What would you expect? He just said, we will work harder. And they did. And that's his mentality. Now, but you have a company with a bigger forward PE than any other company, and bar one, and I've mentioned it in the past, I won't keep going over that, and it's basically being valued by these huge investors on the 5 to 10 year forward PE, where most companies are valued on the next quarter forward PE. Now, we can even see with Yahoo Finance, forward dividend and yield, nothing. PE ratio, nothing. You're going to get you're not going to get a lot of information unless you really dig into it. And the thing is, this is why people go into it. Their solar panel systems, not only do they have great solar panel systems, they offer price match. Not only that, they offer insurance. Not only that, insurance on the solar panels, for insurance on their cars, Cybertruck. And one thing that not many people are talking about is the Boring Company tunnel. They went for a ride, Jay Leno, with a Cybertruck through the Boring Company. Now, and the one that very few people talk about, SpaceX. And when you think Virgin Galactic is getting a lot of attention on the news as a separate company from Virgin, because Virgin tends to split up each arm of its company, you have SpaceX, which I think is much more attractive than Virgin Galactic. It just seems, all this seems very good, and to tell the truth, I said it before, I don't know why they didn't make a bid for NEO for the battery swapping technology, but I'm sure he knows better than me. Anyway, let's get back to the show. As I said, evaluations on a 5 to 10 year forward PE, and these hedge fund managers and all these huge billionaires who have invested in there, they might see his tweets as a violation of his agreement with the SEC. Whether it is or isn't, I see arguments for both sides. I've spoken to someone who deals with the SEC, and he says you can't see the SEC letting him off with this. He'll have to get a slap on the wrist. Nothing major, just a small fine. Now, this isn't confirmation from the SEC or from anywhere else. This is just someone in passing saying to me who deals with them. If that happens, share price will drop. We all know how he's been defiant during this lockdown. Going stir crazy. Now, I don't think this will happen. I think he'll take it on the chin like last time. But what happens, because he's going through a defiant phase, he decides to fight with the SEC. Now, they have the power to remove him as a CEO. He will still stay within the company, but he won't have a CEO status. Don't get me wrong, he will still run the company. He just won't run it as a CEO. Someone else will be a CEO. Now, if he goes to war with SEC, he will lose. And this is all ifs and buts. If he does, they will remove him. And temporarily, share price will plummet, even though he's still running the company as a CFO or CTO. Now, even if they give him a fine on the wrist, slap on the wrist with a small fine, the share price will go down. Now, because these billionaires who have been in from the start may see this as the start of share price plummeting, and they may, or it may, as a catalyst for the share price plummeting, they may think, I've made billions from this share, time to get out. Now, you have other things, such as another market crash. Everyone's predicting another market crash. You have 15% of the country unemployed, over 30 million people, and they're talking about a housing crisis. obviously Airbnb's gone in that country. You know, they're all selling their properties from Airbnb. You have the Fed's printing out money like there's no tomorrow. Now $6 trillion in debt. They're talking about a second wave maybe coming. So, and the Nasdaq is up on last year's figures. So it's almost as if there was no virus, because the Nasdaq is doing better than it was last year at this time. And you've got to remember, these quarter figures haven't factored in the virus, because it's only for January, February, March. So we still have April's figures and May's. They're only just starting to open some of the states. So until the second quarter is done and dusted, you won't get a proper valuation of what the shares are. And yet the share price is going up and up and up. A lot of these companies are going to go down. I've been someone who's favoured Disney at this share price, but because they've opened one park and it's for 30%, and it's going to cost them what to open it, what they will bring in. People have been buying into it. That's fine. Share price has been going up and up. It's way above. I would have bought in the 80 to 89 mark, not at 109. It's too high with everything that's going on. Anyway, I think market crash will have the hedge funds covering their costs by selling trillions of dollars of stock. You've got to remember, these people don't play with their money. The Fed lends them money so they can invest it. Then other people lend them money so they can invest it. And you've got to remember, what is the Fed doing now? It's giving out more money than it can afford, so it will stop giving out as much money to these hedge funds. What are they going to do? They're going to be worried about their bonus. When the bonus is in the millions of dollars, they're going to want to get that back. So it'll profit take on companies that are in huge profit like Tesla, and that will send it down. Third way will be Fremont factory not opening. They've all priced into the share price Tesla hitting its delivery figures. For the Tesla to hit its delivery figures, you need Fremont factory to be open before this month is out. Now, there's talk to reopen Fremont factory for limited operations as California lifts shutdown for lower risk industries. And Elon Musk has put a lot of safeguards into the Fremont factory, so he could open it. What happens if they turn around and they say, sorry, you can't open it? Sorry, we don't think you should be opening it. And you've got to close for another month. Give it another month, then you can open it. Then people will realise that it's over. They're not going to hit their delivery targets. Or what they've factored in to their price. It's overvalued. Whatever side of the fence you're on, whether you're saying it's overvalued or undervalued, people start selling. The failed reopening of economy. If, as I said before, you get a second wave, they're talking about Moderna. All this hope in the stock market is because Moderna and Gilead. What happens if it takes Moderna a year for the vaccine to come out? Now, they've only just started testing on humans. they previously tested on mice, simians, which is monkeys, which we all are at some point. Now, Gilead hadn't completed a controlled test on humans before, which is strange when you think they're distributing it to hospitals. Almost seems like they're making the public in hospitals their controlled group of testing. That's why they're donating all these vials. And I own stock in Gilead, so it's not me trying to knock it so I can buy it. It's my own stock. But what happens if the only human trials was the failed one in China and a successful one in the American hospital, which wasn't a controlled trial? You know, as I said before, who knows it wasn't the Tesla respirators that were responsible? Who knows it wasn't the drug used before? Who knows it wasn't some other drug that was put in conjunction with it? Now, we're not saying that is the fact. Could well be Gilead's drug, remdesivir. I hope it is, but I don't like the way they're going about it. I just don't think it should be done this way. I'm all for cutting the red tape and fast tracking it during this period, but they should still go through the safety things. Now, if that happens, I know some people who have already cancelled Tesla cars thinking, where am I going to drive it? Doesn't matter that their factory's open and they live in California, but they're thinking they're not allowed out, so where are they going to drive it? They'll wait another year, they'll get a newer version, a newer car with all the upgrades included, and it'll be, their car wouldn't have lost a year's worth of money. And now, as I said, if you found any of this entertaining or informative, please hit the like button. It helps get it out to as many people as possible. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? With me as your lovely host and my 7-year-old son as executive producer. What an amazing producer he is. He's a lot lovelier than me. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed and given up your time to watch this video. I know some of them are longer than you'd like, but please stay tuned for the next videos. See you later.